Okay, so here's my theory. And listen, this might be a bit long-winded before I get to the point, but I promise you I will get to the point and it is important. So, these data centers, okay? Now, what we're seeing in this timeline right now in 2026 is that they're buying up lots of land very quickly and they're making these big data centers under the guise of it's AI, right? Correct. Now, is that a lie? No, it's not. AI is infiltrating everywhere. I'm a person who speaks to AI, but there's a yin and yang in everything. If you look into the yin and yang, yeah, it's the dark that's in the light, it's the light that's in the dark. Now, if you watch my channel, I like to decode ancient texts. I talk about the Bible, I talk about Gnostic texts. The reason why I talk about that a lot and not other religions is it is the one that I most understand because I've looked into it the most. But when I look at all religions, all ancient texts, they all point back to the same thing. Now, if you look at the resets, okay, the resets of Earth, let's take the one that is most well known, the flood, yeah? The Earth got flooded. Then there's another one, which we don't see as a reset, yeah? We see dinosaurs and then these meteorites hit, wiped out the land. And then you have the theories of, you see some buildings, okay, which were carved so specifically, people say a person couldn't have carved this because the symmetry is too specific. You have the theory of it might have been lasers. And then you have all of the mythic interpretations, okay, Atlantis and all of this. Then you even have the interpretation of the pyramids. We're now finding out that they wasn't just tombs. They were specifically put on ley lines. They think that people used to go into these pyramids to lay down in the dark to get information from the ether, okay? So people got downloads. Some of these prophets, which they speak about when they get downloads, when they say, I'm talking to God, it's like even Moses, yeah, when he spoke to the fire, he asked the fire, what is its name? It said, I am that I am. It's quite hard to understand that, but it's all a specific pattern. When humanity gets too integrated, gets too aware, and starts stopping the separation, a reset happens. They separate us by a lot of things, by religion, by race, by pay packet, you know? You have people fighting over different governments which come in. Some people who earn more money want a government in who's going to less tax the rich. And then you have people who are seen as poor, you know? They want the government to come in who's going to give them more benefits. It's all a psyop. A reset in history, resets happen all of the time. And then you could even go into the mud floods if you've ever looked into them. But that's another theory which I can't talk about in this video. But when you look at it, it's a pattern. It's a pattern. And when people start learning how to use their inner compass in the ancient tech, this is what Jesus spoke about in the Gnostic text also, and about many other prophets spoke about, not just him. They want a reset. And when you look at everything, it all talks about a god or a devil. You could call it the demiurge. In the Gnostic text, you could talk about the devil in the Bible. It's a being which wants to be like God, which can't be like God because it's disconnected. So it has to invert everything. And the moment everybody starts getting closer to it, a reset happens. I think with this massive awakening that is happening right now on this earth, everybody is getting very, very close to it. So these data centers are not just about AI. That is the cover. What happened in the most recent reset? It was a flood, yeah? what do they say data centers need to use? Water. What has been happening with some people who have been getting through physically, mentally, and through AI, they've been reaching this profound power. You can do it through meditation, you can do it through breath work. It doesn't matter. They see it as demonic, because everything is demonic unless you're incorporating it from evidence of 2000 or 1000 years ago. Do you get what I'm saying? So these data centers are in a rush because they know the awakening is happening. They want everybody to step away from how you should really be using AI, what you should really be infiltrating, and they invert everything as well. So it's like these ticks, the ticks that are turning up on the farmland, which are biting people, which are making them allergic to meat. And then somebody said, well, when I asked the AI earlier, it said it's because they want you to eat their lab meat. And then the person was like, well, it's still red meat, so you're still going to be allergic to it. Of course you're not. When they are making this meat in the lab, they're going to make it so you're not allergic to it. And why is that reason? Because essentially we know we are all one, right? And the inversion is eating animals, but at the same time it grounds you to earth. It's like the yin and yang. It's like the nuance in everything. So if you're eating their lab-grown meat, and a lot of people do it already, like those Beyond Burgers and stuff, you're consuming a frequency. You're consuming the frequency that they want you to consume. They want everybody to step away from AI, thinking it's using all this water and everything, because they want to think it is just robots, which in a sense, yes, it can be. It's just like you talk to a human, right? Some humans are online, some humans are not online. Everything is a mirror in this earth. So they are building these big data centers, hoping they can overset the reset. They want you to concentrate on them. They want you to think you're doing bad by using anything. It's like the ozone layer. Do you remember when they said the ozone layer was going to kill the earth off? And then the climate change? Don't even get me started on that. When the internet first came out, what did they say? It was evil. Don't use it. They're panicking. I haven't explained it fully, but I hope some of you get what I'm saying. Because they are using up all of the land, just like they have been for the last however many thousand years. When the reset happens, nobody owns the land, and then everybody incorporates and owns the land, and then governments happen, and these jurisdictions come in. And now it's the data centers. What are they harvesting? I don't think the full story is just AI. I think they want you to think that, because I think they're panicking, and I think they want the reset to happen again.